If your 3-year-old suddenly became clingy, fearful, or anxious, don't blame yourself, because what I'm about to tell you sounds completely backwards. The new fears, the preschool meltdowns, the panic about the dark, the worry that seems to come out of nowhere may actually be happening because your child's brain is developing exactly as it should. Most parents see anxiety and think something went wrong. Neuroscience suggests the opposite. Around age 3, children gain a powerful new ability that helps them learn, plan, and solve problems for the rest of their lives. But it also creates anxiety. And once you understand what's happening inside their brain, you'll stop fighting the fear and start helping your child grow through it. Today, I'll show you exactly how. At 3, your child's prefrontal cortex, the part of the brain responsible for reasoning, planning, and social awareness, is going through a major upgrade. This is the same region that helps them follow multi-step instructions, imagine things that aren't right in front of them, and notice what other kids are doing. That's remarkable progress. But there's a catch. They can now anticipate things. They can imagine worst-case scenarios, compare themselves to peers, and worry about what might happen tomorrow. This is very different from 18-month anxiety, which is mostly about physical separation and immediate threats. At 3, anxiety becomes cognitive. It lives in the imagination. And because this brain region is still developing, your child doesn't yet have the mental brakes to stop a worry spiral once it starts. So anxiety at 3 isn't a sign that something is wrong with your parenting or your child. It's a sign that your child's mind is expanding exactly the way it should. And that's good news, because it means this phase is temporary and it is also fixable. This is the first shift that changes everything. Most parents treat anxiety as a problem to eliminate. The goal becomes make it go away as fast as possible. But neuroscience shows something different. Anxiety at this age isn't a malfunction. It's your child's threat detection system coming online. It's trying to keep them safe, and it's supposed to be sensitive right now. The moment you shift from something is wrong to my child's brain is processing the world differently now, your response changes. You stop trying to shut it down. You stop saying, there's nothing to be scared of, which, despite good intentions, can teach your child that their internal experience isn't valid. Instead, you get curious. What is your child's brain trying to tell them? What triggered this fear? What are they trying to protect themselves from? This doesn't mean you validate irrational fears as real threats. It means you validate that the feeling is real, and that your child's brain is doing exactly what it's designed to do at this stage. That shift from fix the anxiety to understand the anxiety helps you respond more effectively and support stronger emotional regulation over time. Here's what happens in most anxious moments. Your child gets scared. Your nervous system detects their fear. Your body tenses. Your child senses that tension, and their anxiety grows. Now anxiety is feeding anxiety. But there's another option. Your child's brain is wired to sync with yours. This is called co-regulation, and it's one of the most powerful tools you have. When you stay calm, not dismissive or minimizing, but genuinely grounded, your child's nervous system starts to settle just by being near you. You're literally teaching their brain how to self-soothe by modeling it. This doesn't mean you never feel anxious. It means that when your child is scared, you regulate yourself first. Take a breath. Lower your voice. Slow your movements. Stay steady. Your child will feel that shift. Over time, as you do this repeatedly, they internalize that calm. They learn that you're a safe anchor. This is how secure attachment actually prevents anxiety from spiraling into something more serious. The third reframe is about what happens after the anxious moment. Many parents respond by removing the trigger. If a child is scared of the dark, the light stays on. If they're scared of preschool, you consider keeping them home. If they're scared of dogs, you avoid the park. I understand why. You want to protect them. But here's what your child's brain learns. I was scared, and the scary thing went away. That must mean it is actually dangerous, and I should keep avoiding it. This is how anxiety gets locked in, and a temporary developmental phase can become a lasting pattern. The alternative is what I call the gentle approach. You don't force your child into the scary situation, but you don't remove it completely either. You stay present, go slowly, and let them approach it at their own pace, with you as their secure base. You might sit with them in the dark for 5 minutes, stay in the preschool classroom while they adjust, or watch the dog from across the room. This teaches your child a very different lesson. I was scared, I stayed with it, and I'm okay. I'm braver than I thought. That's how resilience grows, not by avoiding hard things, but by learning they can be handled, and that you're not alone. Now, let's translate these mindsets into tools you can use every day. First, anxiety naming language. Instead of, don't be scared, try, I see you're feeling worried. That's your brain trying to keep you safe. I'm here, and we'll figure this out together. This validates the feeling, explains what's happening, and positions you as a partner, not a dismisser. Second, the prediction routine. Before situations that trigger anxiety, preschool drop-off, doctor visits, new environments, walk through what will happen, step by step. First, we'll walk to the classroom. Then, Miss Sarah will say hello. Then you'll find your cubby. Then I'll give you a hug, say goodbye, and I'll pick you up after snack time. This gives your child's brain a roadmap. Uncertainty triggers anxiety. Predictability reduces it. Third, brave practice in low-stakes moments. Let them jump off a small step, try a new food, or say hello to someone new. Narrate it. You were nervous about that, and you did it anyway. That's what brave looks like. This builds the neural pathways for courage. Fourth, consistent goodbye rituals. Create predictable, short routines. A special handshake, a specific phrase, a consistent timeline. Consistency builds security, and security helps children tolerate separation without escalating anxiety. Fifth, be intentional about media. 3-year-olds have powerful imaginations. Scary images, even in kids' shows, can create fears that weren't there before. Be thoughtful about what goes into their brain. And one more thing, if you've been accommodating the anxiety or avoiding triggers, that doesn't make you a bad parent. You were doing what felt protective. Now you know something different. That's what matters. You can start today.
Everything I've described so far falls within typical development, but not all anxiety at 3 is typical, and it's important to know the difference. Talk to your pediatrician or a child psychologist if the anxiety is consistently interfering with daily life. Your child won't eat, won't sleep, or has withdrawn from activities they used to enjoy. The anxiety continues for several weeks without improvement, even with calm, consistent support from you. The anxiety is spreading. It started with one specific trigger and now affects many areas of life. You're seeing repetitive, compulsive behaviors meant to manage anxiety, constant checking, rigid rituals, or extreme distress when separated from you. Or trust your instincts. If you feel this goes beyond typical development, that's important information. Getting professional support when your child is 3, not 13, is one of the best investments you can make in their long-term emotional health.
Here's what I want you to take from this. The anxiety leap at 3 isn't something you failed to prevent. It's something you and your child will move through together. Your job isn't to eliminate fear. It's to stay calm, help your child understand what's happening in their brain, and gently guide them toward brave, instead of away from scared. You're not just managing a difficult phase, you're building emotional resilience that can serve your child for life. And the fact that you're here learning about this means you're already moving in the right direction. If this video helped you see your child's anxiety differently, subscribe for more early childhood development content that explains the why behind your child's behavior and gives you practical tools to respond with confidence. See you in the next one.